Hey, John here again. So I just wanted to make a quick intro on this 2002 GMC Sierra. So if you have one of these vehicles, you're going to know that it's 2018, by the way. So if you have one of these vehicles, you probably most likely had an engine light come on or flash with the P0300 code misfire, and there's nothing wrong with the vehicle. So this will mark the third time that this has actually happened. Early on, I'm the second owner on this truck. A friend of mine had this, bought it new. When this code came up, he took it to whoever, figured out that you had to reflash or relearn the engine computer to make this code go away. There's no misfire, there's nothing wrong with the truck. It's just this code came up, and that was that. So, and I didn't know this when it came up for me about 60,000 miles, because I bought it with 55,000 miles, and 60,000 somewhere around there it came up, and you know, so I called the guy. He's, like I said, he's a friend of mine. Called him and said, hey, did you have any experience with this, blah blah blah. And he told me what to do. So I took it to Chevy. $100 later, they just relearn the computer, reflash, or whatever they do. Everything was good. So here it is a few years later, and I've got 89,300 on it now, and almost 90,000. Here we are again. So I take it to Chevy, and expecting to pay the $100, get it reflashed, whatever. There's no, you know, they don't know it's right. You know, oh, this is how you fix it. So they reflash the computer, and that's that. So I take it to them, and there's a problem. To 10 minutes in, the guy comes, or the lady comes out and says, yeah, we can't do the procedure because you have a stored code, because the check engine light wasn't on, but you have a stored code 171, I think she said, so, which is a lean code. So I'm like, really? So I get it home, or on the way home, because I got one of those launch CRP touch scan tools, which doesn't have the ability to relearn a computer, but you know, so I put it on there, and it's like, yeah, sure enough, 174 it wasn't 171, but it's a lean code. So I'm looking at the fuel trims going home, they're okay. Come to a stop sign, boom, through the roof, or not through the roof. They're pegged out 25% on both banks. So I'm like, huh. So I get it home, and on the way home, I'm thinking, well, anytime for me as a backyard mechanic, it's not my regular job. I guess anytime this has happened to me, a lean code, you know, emissions lean code, it's always been a dirty mass airflow. So I call up the parts store, because I got 10 miles to go. I pick up a mass airflow sensor, because it was the original mass airflow. I'm like, I'm not going to clean this thing. Well, a lot of times they are cleanable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But anyways, I throw it in there, and poof, nothing. Doesn't help a bit. So I'm like, yeah, boy. So I guess I'll pick it up from there. So I'll show you what happened next. I know this is probably going to be a little long video, but things go awry, and anyways, the vehicle's fixed now, and I'm happy with that. But it did take me, this is actually third day, 2 days really, a day of really messing around, screwing things up, and then the second day putting the proper parts on, the third day waiting for a part to come in that was supposed to be there the second day. But anyways, so I'll pick it up after I put in a brand new mass airflow sensor, or somewhere around there. I got some footage, so anyway, stand by. Alright, lickety split, no problem. Let's go see. I gotta start this truck up. I gotta get warm too, so let me go get in the cab. Alright, first let me do a health report, see if that code, 300 code, is still in there. If it is, and old PDP. There's a few things on the old internet on how to reset your computer. I want it. Oh, still in there. Looks like it's still in there. I want to have this thing relearned. Resetting it is probably not going to do the trick, but there is a few things. Let me see. Hopefully that's a 300 code. Read fault code. Yeah, so the 300 code is still in there, so it didn't reset anything. again, the engine light's not on, it's just a stored code. But the 174 code is not in there, so let's get back out of here and see if this fixed engine data, fuel trim, my problem here. Because then I could take it back and then it can relearn the, where's my short term, trip term. Let's see what happens here. Nope. Didn't do a damn thing. Still pegged out. Ain't that some shit? So throwing a part at it, which I thought was going to do the trick, didn't do a damn thing. Still pegged out. That's interesting. So now I'm wondering if I got to... Got about 2,000 RPMs. Bank 2 is still 13. Bank 1 seems to be okay. Yeah, bank 2 is still messed up, so you got 14. Yeah. So that's 3,000 RPMs. No help. So, just spent $100 on a mass airflow sensor, and it was the original, but as soon as you let off the gas, boom, right back to the high values. Now what? Thinking maybe see, they get a little better, but they don't get like completely better. Something's going on. I have to get to the bottom of it. Next step. Boy, that was a waste. Oh, there's my 300 code popping back up. I thought for sure it was going to be that sensor. Son of a gun. And moving on. Look at that, 25, 18. Ugh. Well, I switched to this torque app because you can use a dongle, because I wanted to see spraying around. I sprayed the crap out of that with our carburetor cleaner. I didn't get no input change at all, you know, around that intake as far as the leak goes. The engine sounds like it's running great. And like I said, spraying around everywhere I can think of, every orifice, every, you know, PCV, everywhere. I didn't get any change. So the short terms are okay. It's the long term. And when you step the idle up, you know, the long terms kind of get better. 10 on the left, or the bank 1. But they're not getting better, so, and it's worse at idle. So I'm at a point now, I'm going to throw more parts at it, because I got to get this figured out. So that was $100. And it was the original, so it's this is a 2002. It's 2018, so can't hurt, right? That's my excuse. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this throttle body, maybe it's just dirty as crap. Yeah, and it's causing you know, havoc with the fuel trims there. What about this idle air control? I don't know. I gotta start looking at different things. I mean, all these, I sprayed around everything. Well, obviously that didn't do the trick. I say obviously because just the way the fuel trims were going, they get a little better with RPMs. So I'm kind of ruling out everything and onto, and I'm not leaning towards any fuel issues, at least not anyways. So that's the fuel pressure regulator. What I'm going to do is I gotta see if there's a vacuum leak. I already started this up. It's cold again, but I already started it up and went around with a couple of cans of carburetor cleaner and brake clean. I went basically everywhere I could think of, and you know, trying to get an RPM change, nothing. So, and the truck sounds fine. I can't hear any vacuum leaks, but it's got to be a vacuum leak somewhere, and pretty significant. As soon as you let off the gas, boom, they go right to 25. Pegged out. So actually now I'm looking down here I gotta get a light, but a lot of times these EGRs rust out. The pipe, that's in some kind of insulation. I can't really see in there. I gotta get a light. And the tube going up here too, that's got some kind of insulation, but feels tight. Well, anyways, I'm gonna smoke the engine, and that'll tell me if you know, if smoke comes pouring out of that tube. I know that. Where else could it come? What I'm hoping it's not is this intake. It is plastic, and of course aluminum heads there, but they're kind of, you know, it's got 85,000 miles. I hope it's not the intake. I really don't. I hope it's some kind of something easy, like I don't know, you know, the crankcase ventilation. Where's that? That's where's there? It is back there. Hopefully pisses out of there. Could be a, you know, it's a massive leak, so at least I think it is, because they're pegged up fuel trims. Could be this. Well, that's kind of loose. This purge evap purge. I don't know if that's supposed to be loose or not. It is loose. I'm assuming it plugs in there with a rubber grommet of some sort, but that is loose. That'd be something if it just comes pouring out of there. That'd be easy. So I'm expecting smoke to come from somewhere. It's got to be leaking somewhere pretty significant. I don't have a proper smoke machine. I made this sucker a couple years back. I did make a video on when I did make it, and it does work. At least it did work. But I had no way to test it, and you know, I didn't test it on a vehicle. I tested it, and it does pour out smoke, lots of smoke. All you do is, I'll show you what you do. But so I am plugged. Or is it this thing? This is where I'm going to feed it into. This is just comes off your intake, goes to your fuel pressure regulator. So I took that little hose off, and I'm going to put this end of the, where is it? This end of the hose in like so. And then this is just coiled up, you know, just to hold it. But, and I'll energize this. I'll show you how that works. But hopefully I'm going to get some smoke spewing out of somewhere, because I do have to get to the bottom of this. So again, I'm ruling out anything sensor wise. Actually, I do have to take this off again. Crap, I got to plug this snorkel here to prevent it from smoke going out this way. Maybe I can, and I'll do it here. I'll just take this off because it was just recently off, and put a trash bag in there or something. So, and then hopefully smoke will come out somewhere. I don't know what to do next if I don't see any smoke, because it's got to be a vacuum leak. It just has to be. So stand by. Let me get this thing set up. Yeah. So what I got here is just a crock pot, or not a crock pot, a pressure cooker. It's got a little. It's from the last time I put stuff in there. A little plate in there, which works good, because I'm just going to pour a little of this baby oil in there just to fill up the bottom of the finish this jug off. That should be enough. Doesn't take much. Yeah, I gotta get more. I want to submerge. See, what I'm going to do is put this incense in here. Alright. There's some crack in there. Let that burn. Not interested in the smell. Just a slow burn. So I just cracked them in half. Put them in here. I got some more baby oil here, and this will burn for a lot longer than I need it for. But at least it's too cold for this crap. Okay. Safety seal for baby oil. Anyways, it should be enough. It's probably too much. Then I put this lid back on. Then I got the hoses hooked up. Clamp it down, and I got a little valve here for my air. Let me move some of this stuff. And this just comes out. You know, it's basically, this was here with the original pot, and or both of these were here. This is that little pop-up thing, you know, like when if you use this like you're supposed to, your stuff is done. So I think this was just a, I forgot what this was. I think it was just a pull top. you know, I forgot, but it's been obviously modified, so the air comes in here, goes there where everything's burning, and you can control how much you know, smoke we're going to put out. And all this smoke in here obviously is going to travel up this tube here. So let me get shit, I got a light on fire, stupid. Let me get set up here and clean this place up a little bit. So a long time ago, smoke machines, you know, were wicked expensive. You can get a smoke. Get it burning. You can get a smoke machine now for relatively cheap. You know, they don't cost a whole lot. Open that valve up so it's got somewhere to go. Alright, might be a little noisy, but I don't know if you can see that on camera. Where the hell are we at here? It's plume of smoke, but the compressor just got turned on. That's going to be enough. I'll let it sit in here. Like I said, I'll plug it into this this hole here. Well, I turned the air off, so let me turn it back on and see what happens here. Just opening up a crack. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, that should be enough. Shove it in the hole. Alright, basically, maybe you can see that smoke's coming up. I can actually hear it, so I can hear the air pissing out, and it appears, looks like the bottom of that EGR, I don't know if it's a tube or the base of the EGR, I don't know, but I looked around everywhere else, the positive crank ventilation, and you know, everywhere I could think of, and it was, I must be running out of smoke. It was smoking pretty good out of there. Still smoking now, but so let me take that off. Looks all rusty, nice and rusty. I forgot to take and plug this off. So look at the smoke come out. So if this was plugged off, like I said, I was going to throw a trash bag in there to plug that hole. It still came out the EGR pretty good. It's just it would have came out a lot better if this was plugged, because it was just massively going by everything, and I don't know where the routing is on that. When it goes through the it's still smoking over there, but when it goes through there, does it go through, you know, this part first, or does it travel down and get through the EGR tube first? I don't know, but it was smoking, so that's all I cared about. Let me get this off here. There we go. Yeah, the smoke's all gone now, but it was smoking pretty good. I gotta put this down, so I'm gonna just take the snorkel off. I gotta get in there and look at that, see what kind of crap we're dealing with here. So I can see things now. So I bought this truck with 50,000 miles on it, and you gotta think that's the original. It's not too bad a shape as far as I mean, this is all crusty here, but these bolts here I was kind of worried about, and I don't know at this point. I gotta go look it up, but I don't know if you buy a new one, do you get just this piece and throw a new gasket in there and use the old ones? But it's the, you know, I don't know if it's the tube that's broke or it's seeping out of, you know, the base here, or maybe you know, where this plunger goes down, the pinto. I don't know where it's leaking, so I'm going to try to take, it looks like it just one bolt here, and there's a couple underneath, and of course down there, you know, where the where it plugs into your manifold. But those oddly enough, it looks squeaky clean. You can't see it without a light, but usually they're rusted solid where there's no nut left, or no you know, hex left. So these looks like, well, this one might be a little challenging, but again, I don't know if I could. I'm just going to try to take this whole piece off, and it looks like in here where it plugs into the intake, those look pretty decent. So I'm going to try to take this off as one unit, and hopefully the whole thing comes like this. I got to look that up. If it's just this piece, yeah, you must be able to get the hose and everything. So I think I'm just going to get everything anyways, even if it's pieced out. So let me get to turning some wrenches here, and so these were 15s, those, that rusty bolt there, and there's one underneath. They came loose, no problem. And then this guy up there, that came right out. The where is it? It's right there. It's think it was a 10. And I've got a 10 on here now, so that's loose. The problem I'm having now is down here where this where these guys plug into the exhaust manifold. The problem I'm having is this is it's a low profile 10, right? And because this EGR hose is in a way, I can get on there like that, but I don't want to hit this trigger and have that thing because it fits kind of loose. It's not really snug, and it's definitely a 10, it's just the rust, you know. So if I hit this trigger and A, it strips, or B, it breaks, I'm screwed here because I don't really want to replace a manifold, and I don't think there's enough room to get in there and tap stuff out and all that business. So I think my best bet is, because there's one underneath too, I have a little different extension to get on there, but this low profile socket is just enough to clear that collar there. So everything fits okay. It's just like I said, once I pull this trigger and things go awry. So I'm definitely you know, learn my lesson from past things. I'm going to heat that up, get that sucker cherry red, because I probably got one whack at this. So anyways, it's going easy so far. This could be a potential deal breaker. Let's see. That's probably too big, but I don't know what else to do. I'll get a cherry red and then there it goes. Now I can't see anything. Well, that's cherry red. Oh, set this torch down, get in here real quick with this thing. Yep. So I got a bigger gun. So much for that. My day just got a lot longer. That is a 10 millimeter bolt. Broke right off clean, right inside the exhaust manifold. Ain't that peachy? God damn it, I knew that was going to happen. Heat, no heat, whatever. Oy. Oh, goddamn suspect. Welcome back to the shit show. At least the flange is off the vehicle. But hey, why stop at one when you can do two? Broke off clean. I even moved to the smaller impact. That was after I just tried a wrench and socket and no good. Alright, so now I gotta see, it's just getting worse. I'm freezing my ass off. One of them's the lower one, which didn't take much. That thing just broke right off clean. I used the same impact that I tried on the top originally, which wouldn't budge. So this thing's just rusted. Boy. I don't want to get a new manifold, so I'm going to try my luck at tapping that out, get an extractor. I don't know. Most likely going to have to replace the manifold, which you get a light. Yeah, I do. Well, I don't have to show you. Manifolds are always ugly, and I'm not the best torch person, obviously. Oh man, this is going to be ugly. Alright, well, this is upside down. The EGR is down here, but this is where the smoke was coming out of, so I'm assuming under this whatever it is, mesh, there's no more pipe. I'm hoping. I don't know what kind of, this is fiberglass or what this crap is, but it's kind of hiding everything. I know it's, you know, protecting it from the heat and whatnot, but wow, it's made out of some kind of space age material. A razor doesn't even affect it. Oh. Get back in there. Don't move. What the hell? Cut through the steel before this stuff. Wow. Oh, okay, this is that corrugated pipe, man. Oh man, I was expecting some kind of definite rusty hole. But I don't see one. Not yet, anyways. I gotta do the other pipe. Wow, that stuff's on there. Watch your fingers, stupid. Alright, so. Yeah, I don't see any holes. That pipe actually looks good. Let's try this side. This is the lower side that I was just cutting on for the manifold. And, okay. This stuff cuts a little better. Oh yeah, there it is. Well, I just kind of ruined it. Ruined the surprise. But I'll take this out of here. This has got to be where it's leaking, huh? There must be a big enough hole. I mean, I just cracked it a little bit, but this stuff's supposed to bend a little bit. But I'm thinking that hole there is massive enough to cause. Looks like there's another hole here. There is. Yeah, this is just. So that was definitely my problem. There's a hole there and this big one here. That's got to be massive hole enough to cause your fuel trims to just go insane at idle, right? Oh yeah, there's another hole here. There's holes everywhere. All right, so I'm happy with that. So the sock kind of hides everything, but the fact of the matter is that would definitely have a reason for, you know, air to get in there, screw your computer thoughts up. You know, the O2 is registering, it's sending commands, send more fuel. That's why. Yeah, this one's pretty stout still. This is the one I thought it would be. Oh no, this is the one I cut. This is the lower one. Okay, dummy. The lower one was fine, which I didn't expect anything wrong with that because it's already, you know, the EGR, the Pinto coming out of here, opens and closes, lets the gas go back. It's where it bypasses and goes back. That's the part that was getting the air there. So that's correct. Hey, look. Something odd happened. It actually is turning the bottom one. So I can get that one out. So welding a nut on there was the trick. Of course it ain't out yet. And I didn't have complete penetration, just on that right side there, as you can see there. Just barely enough, but I think it'll come off unless it hits a snag and the weld breaks, and that's gonna suck. You know how that goes. Think you're scot-free, and then it hits that rust on the backside. Yeah, so the weld held up, but it broke another piece of that stud off, so this is not boding well for me. This damn thing down there. So I got a little left, but at this point, you know, the top one's still in there, flush. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room with all these hoses in the way. As far as this big honker here has to come out of the way, the AC, I'd have to disconnect that, and probably these heater core lines to get a drill in there. And then, are you going to be really square drilling that out? Do you even care? Is there enough room, like behind here, to send a bolt and catch it with a nut on the other side? I don't think so, because it looks like it's tapered. The bolt won't sit flat. So I guess I got to try my luck at see if these manifold bolts are gonna be just as angry. This is like the worst stuck bolt I've ever seen. It's like welded in there with rust. So where I got my clamp here, I guess that's the easiest one to get to. I'm gonna try to spin them. If they all spin, and I get down there underneath and get that flange off from the exhaust, and I guess it's a new manifold, or at least I can get it on a bench. If I can you know, tap and drill them out, I will. Ah, boy. Ay. Rust. Alright, shit show part 5. So I decided to get the fire back out and heat up these manifold bolts, because I've got to take it off. Just because, you know, you start trying to drill that out. Do I take these hoses off? Then what if they break? They all look pretty goddamn like those are original clamps. I bet you I can blow on that and it'll just bust. So I decided, let me, I guess I got to take this manifold off, because I'm probably going to have to do it anyways. So, as you can see there, I don't know if you can or not, all the bolts are out, right? Let me zoom in here a little bit, show you what I'm talking about. There's one there. Right? Am I looking at the right thing? No, yeah, the two there, two missing. They all come out, except for 2. Yeah, you guessed it. That one way in the back, where I can't even see it, broke clean off early on. And this guy here, front one, which I ain't worried about it. It came out halfway. Here's a lesson. So when you throw your heat on there and you start wrenching these things out and they get tight, stop, reheat, continue. I didn't do that, and I thought, well, it's just halfway out and I'll just keep going. Busted right off. And that's all. So anyways, these, after I get these loose, hopefully, yeah, I gotta turn this up a little bit. Hopefully, nah, it's getting cherry. It's getting cherry now. This should do the trick. Hopefully, everything goes okay. As far as it's not breaking off. Don't break off. Please don't break off. Oh my God, of course. Oh, I ain't moving. Ay. Well, once again, screwed with the that's stuck on. So I'm gonna have to heat that. Really get some heat on that. Most likely hit it with the impact, I guess. I don't know. Man, just keeps getting better. Okay, we tried. So this one here, it came off finally. The one underneath there started to come off. The second time, third time, fourth time I reheated it. Yeah, I screwed the nut up. I don't know if you can make that out, but it's got and I would adjust that. I would continue with the one up there above the O2 sensor. That one was coming off all nice and neat, and then the top started spinning, you know, in where it's splined into the manifold. So I'm just going to cut these off, and hopefully I can pound them out and get some new studs in there. If not, I guess it's, well, first of all, I might have to get a new manifold anyway. If I can't tap that where the EGR goes in, it's junk anyway. So might as well cut these off. Like I said, why stop there? We're just having so much fun. Just let's just start wrecking stuff, yeah? Maybe I can cut that O2 off while I'm at it. Well, now you can't see because the light fell down there, but that is just unbelievable. Let me get a light. I gotta get a light. Hold on. Where's my come here, you. Oh, this is just incredible. Incredible. Can't believe my eyes. Alright, first of all, that big honker there, I don't know if it's a 14 or 15, is holding on. Just this, let me get a light in here. Just this flange bolts into the head for the oil dipstick tube. Meanwhile, the actual the manifold bolts are 13s and they snap right off. So it's just bizarre. So what's going on here is you can see where it goes through that manifold, and there's no way to get this thing off without unplugging that way down there. Can you see down there? Way down there. Let me zoom in here. Again, it's hard to do this shit one-handed, but where am I looking at? I can barely make it out. It's just, it just plugs in there, right? And it's rusty as crap. Things are flaking off. You know that thing's just going to break off. There's no way that's just going to unplug. I was tugging on it, and it's like, it looks like it's twisting the metal. Jesus. So, I guess I'm just going to cut that piece right there. Just cut that, and I don't know, I'll have to fabricate something to put it back, because there's no way I'm unplugging that. So the manifold is out, kinda, sorta. It's just hanging there. I cannot believe they went on both, or like through, whatever. Anyways, just thought I'd point that out. So I gotta cut that little flange off, and I'll figure something else out, but, jeez. So I'm about to get this thing up here on a bench. That's incredible. So I just cut that piece off. I got the manifold out, right? But I'm not even sure how this oil tube, it looks like it just plugs in and it bolts to the head with the one thing. I'm telling you, I'm tugging on this thing, I'm trying to twist it. Even getting that manifold off around this, it was problematic. I can't understand. I don't want to break it because nobody wants oil coming out there. It looks like some kind of clip or something, but you can't get in there. It's just incredible. And it's all rusted. It's all crappy rust that, you know, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So I'm just going to leave it and try to snake. Look at all that. Oof. Man. try to snake that new manifold over the top of this like I took it off. I mean, you had to bend it, you had to pry it. Gee. Anyways, here's the guy, and it looks pretty decent actually. Unfortunately, I can't use it because I had to clip that off. You know, I had to clip that ear off. It's unfortunate, but where is it? Where is the culprit? Right there. Whether or not I could tap them out and drill them out, you saw how rusty they were in there. Broke the bolt, so they're kind of welded in there. So I guess I got to get a passenger side manifold and a goddamn gasket. Cha-ching! Keeps adding up. Just want to price my EGR. Chances are I'm going to have to replace this thing after I bend it 1 or 2 more times. So, whew, where are we at here? So there is a stud poking out of there. I don't know if you can make that out, that little stud there. So I think I can weld a nut on there. Plenty of room. And of course this one here has tons of room. Where is it? It's in the shadow. It's in the shadow. Let's get over up here. Right there. That's got tons of room. I could probably just get a pair of vice grips on that, yeah. Then I'll shine my head up. Jeez, I wonder if I should just replace the spark plugs while I'm here. Why not, right? I don't know. Look at that. Look at that starter down there. Oh my god. Can't wait till that goes. It's all green crusties and rust. But I don't have a truck payment, so there's that. 2002. Still alive. Body's in good shape, but I gotta tell you, none of that looks good. Alright, well, let me continue here. Actually, I think I'm done for today. Sun's setting. I got too much, yeah, it's already, yeah, I gotta get inside. I'm freezing. I got a whole day invested in this. A whole day of, you know, this manifold had to come off. This, just for the 174 code. Rusted EGR valve. So far. Who knows what's going to happen next. I mean, anyways, that's another thing. I ain't quite out of the woods with that flange yet. Where is it? That's where I cut that ear off. But I think it'll be no problem. Cut the rest of that off so it'll drop through. Because the ear's still hanging. So I think I'm all set there with the exhaust. Wow, I'm going to crap this up with fluid film while I got some space here. It's just incredible. Just incredible. And I'm wondering if I went to the Chevy dealer and, you know, for the 300 code to reset my PCM, that's all I wanted. I got charged for nothing because there was a code in there, 174. And here I'm at. I found the EGR was bad. What if I just said, hey, go ahead and fix it? I'd be out of like $1 million already. I mean, a broken bolt, you know, that's going to happen no matter who you are with rust, right? I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do it. I don't know. Anyways, now I got a lot of stuff to, I got to go inside. This is ridiculous. I got parts coming. I'll pick this up tomorrow. So both studs came out, which is good. The rear and the front there. So I just got to clean this up now. And put the new manifold on and get hurrying up here because it's supposed to snow, like I said. But alright, so that was a bit forceful getting on there, I gotta tell you. I mean, getting around that accumulator for the AC, and there's all kinds of stuff in the way, these hoses. But for me, because of my rust situation, I thought it was better just to cut that clamp like I showed you earlier and just snake it around there. So now I'm able to bolt it up, but that tube there, you know, it's fine up here, it's fine there too, but down below, man, it's got a serious case of barnacles going on. So I think I'm home free now. So I'm just gonna kind of feed that gasket in there, thread these bolts up. I got some new bolts. Those are gonna work out. Those they're M8s, 125 pitch load, and yep, just keep going. See what happens next. Alright, so it's on, it's bolted up. Don't ask me what the torque is. It's a manifold. It's not like it's an engine head where, you know, you gotta do this pattern and then loosen them up, go 90 degrees, all this business. Just tighten them up. right about there is the torque, because they're going to rust in a week anyways. But what I want to point out is this was that's an EGR port apparently, but that's on the top, and mine is down there, and it had a plate on there with some material. So now I got to clean that up, because that's where my port is. So I'm just going to clean that. Shit, I got to scrape all that crap off there. Clean that up, and it did include an extra gasket, because here's the old one I just scraped off. I don't know why they do that. They could have just did this number, where, well, it is kind of soft, so once they put it on, I guess it does smush. So it does have a plate for the top, so there's that. So depending on, I guess, your application, all these Chinese, they think of everything. So anyways, that's where I'm at. So it's tight, everything. Well, down there the 3 bolts ain't tight for the exhaust yet, but I did everything lined up good, so I'm happy with everything so far. Let me get this thing cleaned up. I don't know if my tubes are here yet. I gotta go out and look at the mail, but that'll be the next thing after I tighten everything up, put the EGR back on, and we're closing in here. Alright, so everything's bolted back up. I am waiting on the EGR. It's supposed to be here today, but it's not. So all I got is that gasket, the EGR, plug it in, put some snorkels on, and whatever, you know, air filter, and I did just weld that oil bracket dipstick tube back on. Look at that bolt. Is that incredible or what? So everything else is, I don't know, those manifold bolts, the shiny ones are, I think they're 13s, I'm not even sure now. This is a big whopper 15 bolt, big thick ass bastard, probably it's not a 1/2 inch, but 7/16 at least, just for this little bracket that's holding it on. And the EGR, remember those were 10? Well, they're not 10 now, but they broke because they were so little. I don't know why they would have to put this big honker on there. Anyways, that's all for now. It's together. I could probably start this up if I clog them 2 holes there, because otherwise the idle is going to go through the roof. So I could put the snorkel on, but anyways, I'll wait tomorrow. This is going to be a 3-day affair for a 174 lean code. Here's what it is. Keep going. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Alright, so the new EGR came, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I did throw it on the floor, and I did crack that little plastic piece where it plugs in. So I am going to change it, but $145 at Napa for this EGR, $127 at AutoZone for this EGR, or $40, $39.99 on Amazon. You wonder why these companies are going out of business. I mean, the internet's killing everything, but you know, I mean, they all of them have a year warranty, so what's the difference? And I'll save that one. That's the original one, in case this one is, you know, that old. You get what you pay for. So I put the gasket on there and about to bolting this up, and that's that. Alright, everything's together, and about to put my favorite stuff on here. Running out. Just put a little fluid film around all the metal here. Obviously, everything waxed out. I got another can. Yeah, that's gonna be enough. Anyways, I'm done here. So let's go take a look at some fuel trims on this new one. I think everything's gonna be good, and we'll call this a video, yeah. So I'm just going to use this little dongle here with this torque app because it's a little quicker, and same thing. So I just want to look at some real-time information here. I know I got some fuel trims somewhere. Here we go. Alright, so yeah, everything looks just fantastic. So long-term fuel on bank 1, 1.6 plus you know, the short term there is almost 0. Short term 3 on bank 2 and 4% on. That's great. So So that's a fix, and that's about all I got. I got to get going. It's freezing out here, so I just wanted to see if the new EGR made a difference. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching.